felt like I enhanced it to the maximum when I retired in 1998. And I don't think there's anything out there that I feel like, okay, I left that on the table. The biggest thing about it for me was duplication, being that staying on that highest level of excellence, showing that, it's not easy to get here. Or once you get here, it's harder to stay. And the challenge of staying and playing at that same level was the beauty that I saw. And I feel like if I can ever think about, what I miss about the game was being that consistent each and every day. That, every time a naysayer say he can't do this, well, I think I can prove you wrong. I think I can do that.
The measure of success and greatness in basketball, University of North Carolina, is not the awards and trophies. It's having a sandwich named after you. Let me give you an example. There is the sandwich named after Sam Perkins. There is the Big McAdoo named after Bob McAdoo. Dean Smith has his Smithsonian, the Larry Miller Filler, and yes, there is now the Jordan sandwich. Let's discuss why it was almost a tongue sandwich. You know the reason, a lot of people don't. You have a habit of sticking your tongue out a lot on the court, huh?
Well, it's a habit that I picked up when I was small, and I got it from my father, and I just can't get rid of it.
Let's backtrack for a moment. You didn't make a high school basketball team. Now you're the nation's best college player?
Well, I didn't make my varsity, and that was a big thing in high school, and I wasn't that good. I was at a height of 6'1", and I really didn't develop my abilities until after I grew up.
You work very, very hard, and you've worked very hard in your basketball skills as well. It's been very important to you, right?
I just think that I have the habits of working hard. I always been taught that to reach a goal that in life that you want, you have to work hard to get to it, and so far I just, have that in mind. You
are the third of 5 children in your family. You come from a very, very close family. Your brother Larry, though, who is only 5'7", was your big hero. In fact, he was your main inspiration. Is that not right?
Yeah, he did. Larry used to be a very talented basketball player. He still is. And whenever I was about his height, he used to wear me out in the backyard. And I guess from that determination just to beat him, I guess that made me work hard. And, he's just an outstanding basketball player at his height.
Who's the best player you ever saw?
To play against, have to be Walter Davis. I played against Walter Davis in the summertime, and he's really outstanding basketball player.
Of all the players you saw, where does Michael Jordan rank on the list?
He's still working his way up from the bottom.
The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan of the University of North Carolina.
Yeah. Ooh, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli. Ooh, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli. Telly, yeah, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli. Ooh, why don't you see? Ooh, trying to call you Telly. Yeah. People act like they know me, but you don't really know me. I've been out here on my own. I've been grinding all alone. Yeah, get up after 9. We can pour out the wine. I got cash on my mind. Yeah, I don't really mind, and I don't have the time. Every day I go out, every day a new route that you know nothing about now.
You know how I choose a client and who I listen to? How? That person has to be as fucked up as I am. I'm talking about addicted, everything to being great. They gotta want it, okay? They gotta want it, okay? I know I'm crazy.
How do you figure that out? How do you figure it out when you see them?
You know what? You can figure it out in 10 minutes just by talking to them.
Wow.
Okay, you ask the right questions, you talk to the individual, and then you see if they back it up. Because anybody can talk a story.
Right.
What's the cheapest thing in the world? When you actually tell somebody to back it up and you say, hey, now I want you to do this, this, and this, now it becomes a different point. From a mind standpoint, MJ was just as fucked up as I was. Kobe is just as fucked up as I was from being the best. Okay, I wanted to be the best at what I do. They wanted to be the best at what they do. Those are the people that allow you to push them and allow them to, they understand they want to get better. You know, they don't need to be motivated.
You know, I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent, as a role model in all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
Tryna call you Telly, yeah. People act like they know me, but you don't really know me. I've been out here on my own. I've been grinding all alone. Yeah, get up after 9. We can pour out the wine. I got cash on my mind. Yeah, I don't really mind.
The best of the best already want it more than anybody else. There's a reason they're the best. They're the ones that show up to practice early. Okay, they're the ones taking the extra shots. They're the ones doing the wind sprints at the end. They're the ones, you know, getting treatment, taking care of their body. They're showing up on off day. You gotta tell them to leave. You don't have to tell them to show up. You gotta tell them to leave.
How obsessive of a worker was MJ and Kobe?
If I could think of another word than obsessive, put that on there.
Wow.
You have to be obsessive. You have to be obsessive. You have to be addicted. You have to be disciplined. Okay? The key there is you. Everyone else is looking for other individuals to do stuff for you. Stop looking for fucking help from everybody else. Okay? It starts and it ends with you. Your identity starts and ends with you. Nobody else has changed your identity. Okay, you changed your fucking identity. And you're the only individual that can change it back. It's the other individuals around you, okay, who can't see, who didn't see the work that you put in, the time and effort, the dedication, the hours that nobody else saw here, the sacrifice. It's a mindset. Before you have an exceptional skill set, okay, you have to have the right mindset. You have to have a great mindset. The stronger your mindset is, the greater your skill set is going to be. It's not the other way around.
Ooh, like I'm Balotelli, Telly, yeah, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli, ooh, why don't you see? Ooh, tryna call you Telly, yeah.
Michael and Kobe weren't the greatest athletes that I've ever worked with, okay? They were great athletes. They weren't the greatest, okay? But their mindset is what separates those individuals. They mastered one aspect of the game. When they mastered that aspect of the game, then they moved to another aspect of the game. Do you know how many hours and years of preparation go into not being able to think about something? Okay. It takes years and years and years of doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again.
Wow.
To be able to take a reaction and turn it into a reflex. That's what the greatest can do. Most people react to things, okay? The greatest, it's an instinct. It's impulsive. It's innate. It becomes a reflex. Their instincts trust them. That game-winning shot wasn't made there. It was made many years before. In the dark gym by himself with somebody rebounding the ball, whether it was me or somebody else, shooting that same shot over and over and over and over again, saying, no, if I get to this spot, I don't care if there's 10 hands in front of me. If I get to this spot, the shot's going in because I've done it over and over again. one thing that MJ did every single year, and Kobe did this also, is I have to add something new to my game.
Wow.
Every single year, okay? And this is what separates the greats of the greats from everybody else. So where the talent has to become the intelligence, where the intelligence has to come the competitiveness, okay? So when you got individuals that are extremely talented, intelligent,
now it's competition, competitive.
and they're competitive, okay? Now you're starting to put the pieces together.
Would you say would you say Kobe and MJ were at a whole different level at that than everybody else?
Whole different level. Now, when we talked about failure, this is the key point in this one right here, resiliency. When all the bullshit starts to come in, okay, when everybody's pulling you in different directions, telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not this, you have the resiliency to show them. Everything that says, I can't do it, they've done. That's resiliency. When you have those four things, and I don't care if it's in sports, it's in business, you have to have those things. Otherwise, failure is going to kick your ass over and over again. People always say, you gotta love the work, okay? You gotta love what you do. You don't have to love what you do. You gotta be fucking addicted to what you do, okay? You gotta be addicted to winning. Just like failure is an addiction, winning is an addiction.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel. Back to my place at the top of the hill. Don't have regrets, I know what's next. She need a fresh, I'll be back in a sec. Look at them legs, don't make me beg. Back to the room, let me show you my bed. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. I could look at you all day, watch the way them hips sway. Love your body, so I pray, don't you dare take it away. Can't control what I say, lost my mind cause your frame. Hey girl, what's your name? Lit me up just like a flame. same. Body in motion, I feel the commotion. Beyond you like lotion, I'm honest and broken. I flow like the ocean, I feel you were chosen to fix me, I'm broken. My heart that you stolen, ayy. Stay with me, play with me, lay with me. Hate to see when you leave, chemistry feels like it's destiny. I just want you laying next to me, and I really don't want you to ever leave.
On your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Touching on your body feels like taking on a drug. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Everything you do, I can't seem to get enough. You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb.